Okay, so how's it going, guys? This is Rio Murata, photographer based in Tokyo. So Mount Fuji, I only glimpsed at it once back when I traveled to Hakone, and back then I shot many photos. And one of the photos there was sort of like a shadow area that guys could see Mount Fuji. But it got me like wondering and got me curious, like what's it like to be around Mount Fuji much closer in terms of physical distance. And I actually started to research and found out that Kawaguchi Ko station, aka the lake, is actually the closest in terms of physical distance of being able to like view Mount Fuji up close. And you guys probably know I'm not a hiker. I don't like trek and stuff like that, so there's not going to be any hiking going on. Unfortunately, I thought it would be nice to allocate 2 days of my time to just photograph that area in particular and just document that surrounding area, because from what I hear, 98% of people who visit that area in particular are foreigners, and not many Japanese people actually go there. So I thought it would be nice to just visit and see for my eyes what it's like to be in that area. And background information for you guys: in order to access this Kawaguchi Ko station, aka the lake, from Tokyo Station, you need to ride the Chuo line towards Takao Station. You hop on or transfer to the Chuo main line, which basically stretches beyond from Takao Station to Otsuki Station. You basically hop onto a different train, the Fuji Kyuko line, which sort of stretches beyond that from Otsuki Station to the final stop, which is Kawaguchi Ko Station, which is roughly 3 hours if I'm right. And this is just my biased opinion on traveling on train. If it's 3 hours, I can deal with it. If it goes beyond 4 hours, I have a mental breakdown actually. So I thought 3 hours isn't that bad, so I thought I should actually go there and see for my eyes. And what's ironic about this time in particular was that I still had Fuji 400H, Pro 400H within my fridge, and I started to realize or come to this point that there's probably two types of people who try to cling into the past and basically preserve film stocks until further notice, and half of me is saying that Fujifilm probably won't make the Fuji Pro 400H Mark II, and half of me is saying that they will. However, instead of having it sort of like expire in my fridge, I thought I should start shooting with it because the expiry dates is actually closely approaching, and I thought it would be nice to just shoot this area in particular with Fuji Pro 400 over the Kodak series, because if you guys know, Fuji is better suited for shooting natural, what I call wildlife type of photos, which have greenery and stuff. And you guys probably also know that Fujifilm excels in the greens and the cyans, which suit this sort of like small shooting in this region in particular. So yeah, I got off at Kawaguchi Ko Station, started my journey there, and before actually walking around, I was getting really hungry, so I had a small lunch break at Chiura Cafe, which is like a 5-minute walk away from the station, which they provided me with a really nice meal actually, and the owner there actually gave me some opportunity to shoot some photos and basically started my day from there. Sort of like really retro croquette shop called Furuya, and it was founded back in 1966. So they sold the best croquette that I've ever tasted in my life. The next day they were like closed, and I was like really shocked because I was only able to grab just one shot. So in the next morning, I went to what you would call the Insta buy spot, aka Instagram-ish location, bombarded by a lot of people, you know, the famous Lawson in front of Mount Fuji. Got my tripod there and took one shot. And a big shout out to two people that I met randomly, one who came from all the way from France and all the way from Thailand. Okay, for the trip, I actually stayed 2 nights at guest house Kashiwa Inn hostel, and it was actually a super cozy area where a lot of foreigners actually stay for the night. At the same time, I will have to be thankful for the owner there for giving me the opportunity to sort of shoot photos of the lounge area, which was spectacular in my eyes, especially in the afternoon. The light crossing through the room and also sort of illuminating the furniture within the lounge area was spectacular in my eyes. It's kind of unfortunate to say that it's hard to like manage all the video contents that I shot and also the photos because I shot like far more and it's hard to like decide which like footage, which photos to include in my video. However, like I also went and traveled up the what you call the Fuji Panorama Ropeway, which a lot of tourists actually go to, which you basically get a sort of like a glimpse of the panoramic view of Mount Fuji, and also you can basically see with your eyes the Fuji-Q Highland amusement park, which I'm not interested in unfortunately, but it was actually a great location to shoot photos. It was actually a great experience spending 2 nights there, and this is starting to become a norm for me, but I started to realize that instead of going on trips like one day, just going there, staying for the night and coming back, I realized that if you're ever going on any kind of trip, I think allocating more than 2 days is a must due to the fact that if the first day, if it's raining, your schedule will get ruined. And if you go on a 1 day trip, you basically lost your valuable opportunity. So I actually, when I travel, try to allocate 2 days worth my time because there are these moments where your schedule gets screwed over because of maybe the weather, I guess the extra what you call, there's these like events that happen, like you find something really interesting and you want to allocate more time and like sort of like documenting that specific area and stuff like that. So when I actually travel, I try to allocate at least 2 days, 2 nights actually, so I can sort of like flexibly like not manipulate, but sort of like change and alter the schedule as I wish when I find something interesting if I want to like photograph. So yeah, it was actually a great experience like shooting within this area in particular. And at the same time, this is just my opinion, but it's been a while since I ever shot with Fuji Pro 400H. I think it's been almost like about a year or so. I've been constantly shooting with Kodak Gold most of the time. And this is sort of like what I realized after shooting with Fuji Pro 400 coming back is that it's like similar to a digital file in my opinion when I was basically scanning it over and also like color correcting, because I've been shooting with Kodak Gold, which is known for having like grains structure and it has this film-like look. Fuji Pro 400H on the other hand has less grain and it's much more smoother in my eyes. So it's like hard to say this, but it actually looks similar to shooting with digital in my eyes. And I unfortunately have to say that I'm starting to like the Kodak Gold 200 files photos more than the Pro 400H, unfortunately. But I guess people change over time. But it was actually great shooting with this like magnificent film stock because the greens and also the cyans look spectacular. And also, this was actually my first time shooting it early in the morning and also at dusk, and I have to admit the purple and the dark blues also look really nice in my opinion, and I should have shot more, but time was limited and I wasn't able to grab that much photos during the night when the sun was starting to set in, and also golden hour and blue hour. So yeah, I still have a little bit of Pro 400H stock in my fridge, so maybe I might try shooting just early in the morning somewhere else and see how it goes for reference and stuff. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it informative, found it entertaining. If you have any questions, I'm happy to reply, and yeah, we will see you next time. Peace out.